Hello and happy Sunday.
Hi.
Hey, it's Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and
Debbie.
Orlando
Debbie.
Yeah, Orlando Debbie. Yes, and we are live from Disney's Fort Wilderness Campground. And hopefully this is going to work okay because we've changed locations. We are sitting outside of the buffet and we are not going inside to eat the buffet. We're also across from the from the kids' playground, and we are working off of the hotspot. So yeah, so we have some lovely scenery in the background, and we have the beach that you can't go down to because of the wildlife. So hopefully y'all can hear us okay. Seems like it's going to be kind of a busy place, but anyway, we wanted to come somewhere different, and we are not going into the buffet in case I didn't just mention that. But it is Sunday, and it is July the 14th, and we are live from Orlando, Florida. Are we in Orlando?
Yes.
We're in Orlando.
Is it Bay Lake?
Okay, we're not sure. We're either in Bay Lake or we're in Orlando. We're not sure. And I'm hoping somebody will say hi soon because we haven't seen any words. I can see that there are a few of you there. There's like 31 people there so far. And we can see the people who are watching. That's not letting me know that anybody's saying anything yet. So hopefully if you all are talking, or we may have to turn on my phone. So somebody say something so we can say hello to you. And if you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com and search If You Have an Egg. And if you don't want to hear all the hi hellos, you can just scroll over to about 10 minutes and we'll go past that. And sorry, we're looking lovely because it is hot and sweaty out here. Yeah, it is. So it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock at night, and it is probably still, I don't know, what, 90-something degrees.
Oh yeah. Because when I came down, and when I was at Winter Garden, one of the banks had said 100 degrees.
100 degrees, really?
Yeah.
Wow. For some reason, commenting is not coming up on my phone. I mean, on the iPad. So we're going to see if we can join the chat from my phone so we can see what you all are saying. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's already 21 comments, and we've missed 21 comments after all. Ooh, hold on. Let me turn the volume down. Okay. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Barbara from the Crossroads. Hello. Let's see. We're going to see if we can see all of your comments. Sorry you missed everybody. For some reason, the iPad's not giving it to me. So, yeah. So, we've got Barbara from the Crossroads, Sherry. Hello, Vicky from Texas. Sherry in Connecticut. Hello, Kelly with an I. We've got, oh, no. We have another creeper, and I'm trying to think how I did that. That's how you record it. But let's see. What is that? Harassment. That's not how I did it last time. Last time, I just got rid of them. Okay. Anyway, so we have got... Oh, because I did it from my iPad last time.
Right.
Sorry, guys. We're having to go through and see who all's talking here. So we've got hello, Betty. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Marlene from Largo, Florida. Hello, Roberta. Hello, Rosie from California. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Sylvia from Canada. It's very hot there. It's 33. What's 33? I know you're in Canada and that's Celsius. That's not Fahrenheit. But you're gonna have to tell us what 33 is. Lynn says it's 90 there right now. Hello, Irma. And yes, and this is Debbie. Hello, Lisa. Okay, so we'll try to catch up with everybody. Oh no, and we're blurry. I think it's because somebody just drove past us. So here, let me just check. Yeah, let me just go ahead and touch one of us. Okay, so sorry if we're blurry, guys. This is the best we can do. Hello, Naomi. And this is the best that we can do for reception. So hopefully we'll clear up here in just a second. Okay, and yeah, hello, Sylvia. Hello, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. So apparently we are a little bit blurry, and we're just going to have to live with that. Hello, Renee. Or maybe when we catch up, maybe after I touch that, then when we catch up, then we'll be able to see everybody. So, okay, or hold on, wait a minute. Is this commenting right here? No, that's if I want to write a comment. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, we'll just keep looking at you all from the phone. Hello, Chris, and hello, Sheila, and I will try. I know, Betty, exactly. Yeah, creepers. I don't know why creepers are liking us lately. Maybe they want to go to Disney World or something. But, anywho, so hopefully the fuzzy will clear up. Seriously? I know, another one. So we will try to get rid of that. Hello, Stacy, and hello, Joyce from Ann Arbor. So anyway, yes, Melissa, we are loving Disney, and I'm hoping that it's going to clear. I'm hoping that the video is going to clear up here in just a second. Except now, of course, maybe it's trying to pick up the people behind us. I don't know. Hello, Kim. So I'll just keep hitting me or Debbie to try and, oh, no, that's not, oh, there we go. Okay, anyway, so we're going to keep talking. So today is Sunday, July the 14th, and Debbie's going to get on and see if she can get rid of the creepers that we have tonight. So we're going to be talking about WW from Disney. And Debbie's getting the
Sorry.
volume down on her phone. Oh, and look now, Debbie. Debbie is watching. Yes, Orlando. Debbie is watching. And hello, Dale in Calgary. Yes, we are having fun at Disney. It is very hot. It's very sweaty.
No,
and it's funny because on Debbie's phone we are not blurry. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just I don't know.
it's like delayed.
Yeah, it is. It's like it's delayed. Okay, so anyway, we're going to talk about WW stuff. So Debbie has driven all the way down here in the hot and sweaty. Of course, she lives in Florida, so she's used to it. But we are going to talk about our WW stuff, and then we're going to talk just a little bit. Hello, Vicky from St. Louis. We're going to talk a little bit about dining at Disney. That's going to be part 2. That's going to be for our let's see, what did Casey tell me to call it? For our extra credit. But we are having a great time down here at Disney. We are so happy that Debbie was able to join us again. And we've had an awesome time today. We've been to, let's see, yesterday we went to Magic Kingdom, and today we went to, where did we go today? We went to Hollywood Studios today, yeah, and then we went swimming for a little bit. Hello, Joyce from New York. But anyway, so yeah, hot and sweaty here in Florida.
And then Alyssa and I played on this in the playground on the swing.
Debbie had to rescue me from Alyssa for a few minutes so that I could try and get all of this set up, because she was all over me and she was very upset and needed a nap badly. And my brand new mug, my very cute mug. So these are the mugs that we talk about all the time. So Debbie got the cute black colors. Anyway, so Alyssa threw mine. So mine's broken. So I have to go get it. I have to go get another one. But anywho, okay. So let's get through the meeting portion of this. Hello, Liz. Who went to their WW meeting last week? Their WW meeting last week. So workshop. Who sat your bottom in a chair and actually attended your workshop? Do some thumbs ups, because for some reason the thumbs ups are coming across fine. The thumbs ups and the hearts are coming across fine on the iPad. Do not know why commenting is turned off. I have no idea. But anyway, so thumbs ups if you went to an actual meeting, a physical workshop, and sat in a chair, and give me a heart if you attended here with us last week, or if you did both. And it looks like several people did. Looks like a lot of people did. Yeah, so for everybody that, Lacey weighed in today, but she couldn't stay. Lynn did both. That's awesome. So for everybody that went, Teresa did. Yep, here are your Bravo stickers. Look, Debbie's handing out Bravo stickers too. So that's extra Bravo stickers. And I don't know if y'all do here for my sign language people that are here. Oh yeah, and look, okay, look, Debbie had time to do her nails, so yeah.
They're matching.
Debbie's are the cute nails, and they do match her outfit. I had Casey's toddler. Did not have time to do my nails. Yeah, barely had time to get it off. So I'll try to get my Disney nails done. Yeah, I'll try to get those done soon. But Debbie got her nails on, and Casey, I have no idea what color that is. It turned out really pretty though.
That's the blue sparkly.
Yeah, whatever the blue sparkly is, that's the one that Debbie got put on. So I didn't get mine done. Mine are going to be mermaid nails when I get done, if we can get Alyssa to go to sleep. But anyway, so yeah, Debbie had to entertain her while we got everything set up. So thank you, everybody. Bravos all the way around. And in case you do sign language, I know that's money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's money. It's like pay, it's like pay money or whatever. So for everybody that attended their meeting or attended here with us last week. So our topic last week was to make activity a habit. And I know several of you all did your homework. And it's funny, everybody picked to do the TV show. And I'm just wondering real quick. So there's a little party going on at the picnic table next to us. So can you all hear us fine with my microphone, or can you also hear them? So I'm seriously curious to know, because I'm planning on doing this in more and more public, not more and more public places, but occasionally in a public place. So I'm just curious if you can hear us well, or if you can hear anything around us. But anyway, so the making activity a habit, it was funny, a lot of you all did choose the one where you took a favorite TV show, or let's see, Lynn, what was it that you did? Hey Tate, I can't remember, Lynn, what it was that you did, but I wanted to specifically mention that. And we have, oh, that's kids. Okay, I thought we had another horse coming by. But anyway, you all picked some really good shows, and you picked some some fun things to do with them, and they were all obviously shows that you all watch a lot. So everybody that did their homework last week, extra bravos. And for those of you who were not here last week, we talked about oh, thanks guys, thanks Rosie and Barbara. For those of you all who were not here last week, we talked about making activity a habit. And the one thing that we talked about, did you happen to do anything? Did you watch it last week?
Mm.
We're getting ready to find out true confessions, true live
Did
confessions.
I watch the video?
Uh-huh.
Yes. I
Oh,
did come
okay.
in.
Okay. So last week we talked about taking like a favorite TV show or something like that that's
But I didn't
repetitive
do my homework.
that you watch a lot. Yeah. So taking something that you do, you know, that's repetitive that you watch a lot and making up some things to do, you know, with it. Like if you watched Friends, you know, making up some kind of, you know, like what was the one? One of them was really good that somebody made up. It was for The Office, and it was like, you know, every time Jim looked at the camera that you had to do everything. Betty did commercials. Yeah, that is a good one, Betty. But it was like for the one on The Office, it was like, oh my gosh, well hold on a second, Sherry did hers, but she didn't turn it in. She dances to the Walmart commercials, and there's a lot of those. If we were dancing, let's see, if we had to get up and do some kind of exercise for every commercial for what is it, suing for past pharmaceuticals, whatever, I would have so much exercise in, And Vicky did resistance bands. Let's see. Michelle took her toiletries to the gym and kept them there all week, so she forced herself into working out. But anyway, so y'all had some really good ones. So I really did. I know there was a couple of people that don't watch TV. We had a couple of people in our group that just don't watch TV. So maybe you could pick something else. But it sounded like it was going to be really fun. And the recipe last week was the Mexican street corn. So I want to know, did anybody make it? I know a couple of you all said that you were going to. A couple of y'all said that you were going to make the Mexican street corn. So I'm just curious who did. I didn't either because I didn't get a chance to, but I love this stuff. And we used to get this at Disney. So we used to get the Mexican street corn at a place called, I think it's called Paradise 54, something like that almost called it Downtown Disney. It's Disney Springs.
Disney Springs.
But anyway, it's called Paradise something. Anyway, we used to get Mexican street corn there. And let me tell you, this one is 2 smart points. This recipe is. That stuff wasn't 2 smart points. So I'm going to have to figure out how to make that one. Okay. This week, we're going to talk about separating facts from fiction, and we're going to talk fast because we have a whole lot of Disney stuff to talk about. So this week, well, let's see what this week's recipe was. Yeah, the quick tuna pasta puttanesca. So that one, I definitely think looks like a good one when I get home. It has Kalamata olives. Love those. I love tuna. Yeah, and look how pretty it is. So I'm thinking that one's going to be a good one for when we get home. I should make Debbie hold these up because she has such pretty nails. Look at her pretty fingernails. Thank you, Vanna. Thank you, Vanna. That was very good. Yeah, and mine just look like, because I haven't had a chance to do them yet. So hopefully Alyssa will be asleep when we get back. But separating fats from fiction. So I think I've been on every kind of diet. Have you been on every kind of diet? Yeah. So I've been on low fat, low carb, high fiber, no food, all the food, intermittent fasting, I mean, everything, almost everything you can think of. And so for the longest time, I did diets that were low fat. And so the low fat ones, though, over time, I began to realize that they were higher in sugar, they were higher in artificial stuff, because if they were lower in fat, or a lot of times they substituted the fat with something that my tummy just did not agree with. So I have stopped doing low fat diets. I also learned that your body needs some amount of fat for your gallbladder, especially to process, and your body needs some amount, of healthy fats to process a lot of their foods and to make things kind of, keep moving along like they should. So,
but the healthy fat also is good for your nails, your hair.
Yeah. Yeah. So just like Color Street, thanks to Casey, the healthy oils are good for your nails. But some of the things that they pointed out this week in our weekly, and this is what your weekly looks like. Don't look at my nails, look at Debbie's nails. But this is what your weekly looked like if you actually attend, if you got a chance to attend last week. And if not, you can print it out. You can print those out. They're not in PDF form anymore. You used to be able to right click on it and print them out as a PDF, but you have to save them as a picture now. But you still can. But they're talking a lot about Yeah, and Betty says she's done several kinds of diets, but she always goes back to WW. Me too. I know. 25 years.
Me as well.
Yeah, I keep going and then skipping to something else and going and skipping to something else, and and this is it. I'm not skipping anything else. I'm sticking with WW. But in this week's weekly, they're talking about fats getting a bad rap, but they're correct. They are not all created equal. There are two types of fats: saturated and unsaturated. Saturated fats are found in many foods, including meat, butter, cheese, and cream, and that's the unhealthy type of fat. It's linked to all kinds of diseases. It's linked to high cholesterol in the blood and an increased risk of heart attack and stroke and things like that. But the good kind of fat, the unsaturated fat, so those are the kind of fats that don't stay, firm, at room temperature. So saturated fats would be things like the marbling on meat, real butter. Some dairy products are, you can tell because they're even at room temperature, they're still solid. They're still solid. But unsaturated fats would be things like avocado. And I'm still really disappointed that avocado is not 0 smart points. I don't know. I'm still working on that. What?
But you can't. Okay, so what I do with my avocado is I weigh it, take it out of the skin, and weigh it, and you get a good bit of avocado for a little bit of points.
Yeah, and it's not bad. It's not bad. They're lower in points. So the fats that are higher in points are the fats that are saturated. So the things, WW keeps trying to gently steer us more towards healthy eating and towards eating things that are good for us and not just, things that are going to help us lose weight. I mean, we want to do both of them hand in hand, but they are trying to gently steer us towards, healthier eating. So avocado would be a good example. The healthy oils like olive oil, and there's one of them, and I don't know if they named it in here. Let's see, olive oil, canola, and sunflower are good, but there was one kind of oil that they were talking about in our WW meeting last week. I cannot remember what it was.
Avocado oil is good too.
Yeah,
and it has a high temperature. You can cook it at a high temperature as well.
I think it was coconut oil. Coconut oil was one that Gwen said. She said it wasn't. She said it was a saturated. It is a saturated fat. And I know there's a lot of research right now, or a lot of not research, but there's a lot of things about coconut oil right now. But she said it is a saturated fat. And so, so what they wanted us to do this week, because again, we have a lot of Disney to talk about. So what they wanted us to do this week was to swap in a healthy fat. So a couple of suggestions for that, because that will be your homework this week. We had somebody in our physical workshop, instead of mayonnaise, they have started making guacamole, and they've been putting guacamole on their sandwich. So I thought that was a really good one, yeah, because a little bit of guacamole, just like Debbie was saying, just a little bit of avocado, a little bit of guacamole goes a long way. So actually, I mean, you can use more guacamole for less points than the mayonnaise. And we must have done something really amazing over here. I don't know what we're clapping for, but
also, so like at Trader Joe's, you can buy the guacamole with the Greek yogurt. You could do your own guacamole Greek yogurt combination to put on sandwiches or
instead of using just mayonnaise. But so your homework for this week is going to be to find something that you had been eating previously that you would eat that
down.
Really?
And picked up some avocado oil and the spray.
Did y'all hear that? So
very reasonable price for both.
Debbie grabbed it at Marshall's on the way down. So that is awesome. Okay, so Carol Lou makes homemade hummus to go on her sandwiches. She uses chickpeas, which are free. That's a perfect example. That's a perfect example. So everybody, for your homework this week, find one thing. So one thing that you have been eating that's higher in fat, and I want you to swap it out for something that's lower in fat, especially not saturated fat, something that's an unsaturated fat. So that is your homework for this week, and we're going to go ahead and start talking about all things Disney. I know we're starting that really early, so we're starting the second part really, really a lot earlier, but we have a whole lot to talk about because there is so much to do, down here at Disney. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're both going to get a drink of our water. Did you get water? Did you get lemonade? Diet Coke. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We're at Disney. So Debbie's going to get a drink of her Diet Coke, and I'm going to get a drink of my Diet Lemonade in my now broken Disney cup. So that's
I forgot
the first
to bring
thing.
my straw.
Well, I'm having to drink it like this because Alyssa got a little upset. She needed a nap, and she gently tossed it across the floor, knocking all of its contents out of it, and it cracked from here all the way to here, and here all the way to here. So we'll be getting another one of these tomorrow. But anyway, so the only section I can safely drink out of is from right there to right there. But anyway, it's all good. So this is the first thing I want to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry. We're back for part 2. So this is part 2. This is the extra credit, and we're going to talk about dining at Disney. So this is one of the first things that I want to talk to you about. So when you're at Disney and you're trying to stay on WW, one of the most important things is to like arm yourself, like to be prepared. So this is the third in a 3-part series. The first one was how to prep for Disney. So the very first one in the series was how to get ready, how to look things up, how to find out things before you come. Some of what we're going to be talking about tonight would be great in that prep portion. We've both been to Disney enough that we had a pretty good idea, what we were looking for before we started.
Right.
But Debbie even mentioned a couple of places that as many times as I've been here, she's been more. Hello, Mary. She's been more, and so she knows more places than I do.
She lived here.
I know. Anyway, that's a whole other topic, whole other subject. But prepping was the first one, and the second one was packing. So we have already taken care of part of our meals because John and I we packed properly for coming down here. So we had good night, Carolyn. So we have had John had that man's turkey 3 days in a row. He had it on the way down here, and then he had it yesterday, and then he's had it again today. So that man's turkey is all used up, but that's 0 points. We've got carrots running out our ears, grapes. Alyssa has refused to eat any meat while we're down here, which is fine. It's weird. She's gone sort of vegetarian since we've been down here, but she's eaten her weight in apples. She was eating an apple, I guess, when we left her. Yep. She was eating an apple. She's been eating grapes. She's been eating carrots. She's also getting some molars. So we decided, actually, Debbie,
I diagnosed her.
Yeah, she diagnosed it. She realized that there was a trend to everything that she was eating. So it was all
the heat
cold.
or the
everything she was eating was cold. Yeah, it was cold, and it was non-meat. So yeah, either it was taking care of the heat or taking care of her molars. But she's been eating things like that. So we have already started just since we've been down here. We have already had started and had 2 meals a day that were almost 0 points. I did bring some turkey pepperoni. I brought some string cheese. So we brought. I did have some peanut butter today, and I ate. You know what? I ate the whole cup of peanut butter, and it's 8 points. Those little Jif cups that I get. It's 8 points for the whole thing. But we hadn't had hardly any points today, so I went ahead and ate it. But this is part of the. Now that you're at Disney, what are you going to eat? So these, if you're going to be here for more than a day or two, you can get the Disney cups. You can get the refillable cups. And this is the new one for this year. So this is Pixar. And then Debbie's is Mickey Mouse Club. So when they asked me if I wanted a black one or what color I wanted, I chose pink. I also chose Unbroken. But anyway, I chose pink.
They also have a green one.
Yeah. Oh, they have a green one that's like that? Oh, cool.
I don't know if it's like this. I don't know what the theme of it is. But there was a green one.
Yeah. So this is the first time that they've had new mugs in years, except for for Christmas mug. But these you can get at any resort when we are here at the campground, and you can get it at P&J's, which is right down there. So we're on the buffet end of Trails End, and you can get one of these at P&J's. You can get them at Meadows Settlement, and the refill stations here at the campground are at P&J's, and at P&J's they have coffee, water, hot water for tea. They do not, I don't think they have hot chocolate down here at P&J's, but then down at the Meadows Trading Post, they only have coffee, decaf coffee. They do have hot chocolate down there. It's got points, but they do have hot chocolate down there, and they do not have water, and they have hot water though for tea. If you want a soft drink or a diet drink like this on the Meadows end, you've got to go over to the swimming hole. But that area is open. It's open 24 hours a day because it's just the concession area. But these are available at all resorts. You can get them refilled at all resorts. So just because we're staying here at the campground, if we go to any of the other resorts for our length of stay, we can get these refilled. So I think it's a good idea to grab one. That way you are all, first of all, you're going to save some money because I think this year they are $18. Does that sound right?
It was $20.
It was 20. Did you not use your annual pass?
I did not.
Well,
So
okay.
$20 if you failed to use your annual pass discount,
Yeah,
which
so,
I did.
So if you don't use your annual pass discount, these are $20. If you use your annual pass discount,
You're
I think
smart
it
like
was
her.
18. I think it was $18. Well, we buy one every time we come. Well, every time we come. But anyway, so, and if you got, I think I figured it out one day, if you bought, it's something silly like 4 cups of coffee or something, you would be paying for this.
Right.
Okay, I drink like 4 cups of coffee a day while we're here. So yeah, I would have already spent this amount of money like the first day. But anyway, so you can get soft drinks and you can get cold water. Speaking of cold water, what can you get at every quick serve restaurant, at every quick serve at any Disney park? Debbie.
Free ice water.
Free.
A cup of free ice water.
Yes. So I don't ever want to hear you say, I had to drink a Coke. That's all
I never,
have.
when I come down here, I never bring a bottle of water with me because I can stop at any quick service and get water.
Yeah, and you don't have to be ordering food.
And
you
can just go up. This is all I bring in with me. So it's got my cards.
Difficulties here. It is still charging. Oh, here we go.
We're back live.
Yeah. Okay. Disney's always challenging. It's always challenging for our internet connection, but at least it was still recording. But anyway, so just in case you didn't hear it, you can get, and look, so we paused right there. Oh, and then we were back. Yeah, we weren't gone long. No. Anyway, so just in case you didn't hear it, any quick serve at any Disney quick serve, any Disney park quick serve, you can get free ice water. Also, we were talking about getting these at the resort. So getting your Disney Cup, your Disney Cup refillable cup at any of the Disney quick serves. At any of the Disney resorts. So all Disney resorts have an area where you can get these refilled. They all do. So whether you're staying at that resort or not, all Disney resorts have an area where you can get these refilled. But they also have we're in public, so we're getting public. But anyway, also every single Disney resort, every single one has an area where you can get, and it's different. They're called different things. Like for us here at the campground, it is Pioneer Hall or Meadows Trading Post. But every resort has a place where you can get healthy fruits. They don't have so much vegetables, but you can get. They all have string cheese. They all have yogurt. They all have apples and bananas, and sometimes they have oranges, and things like that. They all have bottled water if you need to get some water. So they all have some things, that you can get, some things to snack on. And hopefully if you drove down, hopefully you took my advice, and you packed some of these things, or you stopped at Publix, and we went to the correct Publix this time. Good. Because I favorited it last time that we were here, so that we could go to that one. So at the risk of messing up the hotspot, I'm going to move it over for just a second. We're going to talk about some specific things, at the park. So we're just going to go park by park. And this is perfect timing because we have exactly 30 minutes and we can talk about 4 parks in 30. Surely we can talk about 4 parks in 30 minutes. So the first one is Hollywood Studios. So let's see. A couple of places for each one. So this first one is Hollywood Studios. And yes, I know it's backwards. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. And so we're going to talk about, each one of these places. First thing we want to tell you, and I can't show you on my phone because we're having to watch the chat on my phone since I can't see any of your comments. But the first thing I want to say is if you are coming to Disney, please put the My Disney Experience app on your phone. One reason for that is you're going to want to use that to do all of your fast passes. It's going to have your reservations on there. It's going to have a lot of the information that you need already on there. And you can use the My Disney Experience app. If you can see Debbie's phone, you can use think I can see it. You can use the My Disney Experience app to also look up restaurants. And so Debbie is going to be looking up some of the restaurants that we're talking about, because on here, if you've never been to Disney, bless your heart. If you have, then you are already very familiar with their guides. And so you get, when you first go in, you get a map. You get the current map, you know, whatever it looks like now. So this is Disney's Hollywood Studios. So it does not have, this version is not going to have Star Wars Galaxy's Edge on it yet, but it will. So there will be a new one of these, you know, soon when that actually opens. But we, so on the My Disney Experience app, you can look up some of these restaurants. You can look them up in more detail. So if there's not enough on the menu, or I mean, you know, like on here, if there's not enough on the menu, you can look them up on the My Disney Experience. So at Hollywood Studios, I do want to point out that, and let me see if I can find it again. So there are all kinds of places that have, you know, like funnel cakes, and there's all kinds of places that have ice cream and all kinds of food, you know, that you're going to want to try and stay away from. Or, you know, if you do like we do when we're down here, you know, we try to have 2 on and 1 off. So we always have 1 meal a day when we're down here at Disney that is not on program. But if I eat 2 meals that are on and then just have 1 that's off, I don't know, I just tend to do better. I don't go crazy on my 1 off meal. You know, I'm sure I'm going to eat a little bit more, you know, and it's going to be more points, but I'm going to curb that a little bit. But you have some, you know, everywhere that has food is going to have a little fork and a knife next to it. They're also all going to have a dollar sign. So if it's got a $1 sign, it's less expensive. It's Disney. It's all expensive. But it's, you know, more reasonable. $2 signs, you know, a little bit more. So that's probably going to be, you know, like more of the sit down eating places. And then $3 signs, it's probably going to be 3 or 4. It's either going to be like a character dining, or it's going to be, you know, a really nice restaurant. I do want to point out at Hollywood Studios, Woody's Lunchbox does have some sandwich options now, and they have Baby Bell cheese. You know, since that is a Toy Story sponsor. So they do have the Baby Bell cheese. And then at the ABC commissary, they do have some better things to choose. What did you pull up at Hollywood Studios, Debbie?
So at the ABC commissary.
Oh, see, Debbie pulled up ABC commissary too. Okay.
I pulled up the Mediterranean salad with chicken.
That I've had that before, and it is actually really good.
Yeah. And
they do have a vegan burger. It comes with fries for anybody that's got, you know, special dietary needs, you know, if you're vegan.
And you could probably ask them if you could substitute something for the fries. And Disney's very good about accommodating people's needs.
They really are. They really are.
And they have green beans. So if you wanted the burger, you could get green beans instead of the fries. And since they're cheaper than the fries, they would probably be more than willing to accommodate that.
And Debbie noticed something when she was looking here. So here at our resort, and we're not going to go through all of the resorts and their restaurants because that would be like a 2-hour chat. But she did notice that some of the, like this resort in particular, here at Fort Wilderness, the kids menu had some healthier things on it than the adult menu did. So always, you know, don't be afraid to scroll down to the kids menu, because actually, a lot of places like McDonald's, the original McDonald's hamburger, that's what we get now. That's what comes now in a kid's meal. So, yeah, just saying, we're all,
and
you know.
Sometimes when I'm here at the park and I want something, but I don't want a heavy meal, I'll order off the kids menu.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And then I was looking to see.
And it's less points.
Yes. Definitely less points. And if you go over onto Sunset Boulevard, I believe there's one of these at every single one of the parks, but on Sunset Boulevard there is the Anaheim Produce. It's just called Anaheim Produce, and it says it across the top, but they have fresh fruit. So there is somewhere at every single one of the parks where you can just get fresh fruit, and you can just get like an apple or a banana, or I think they all have already cut fruit in the plastic cups.
They do have the fresh,
so you can get that.
Shells.
Oh yeah. So you can get that at every single one of them. So you don't have to eat, you know, deep fried batter beard ribs. I don't even know if that exists, but anyway, somebody should invent that. But did you find anything else at Hollywood Studios?
At dinner, they have on the dinner menu they have stir fried vegetables tossed in homemade teriyaki sauce. Now that may be a little bit more points.
But we did decide, like we were talking about on one, we were talking about swapping out the rice, with something else. We're doing so much, we're doing so much walking, and it's so hot. You're going to need just a little bit, just a little bit of something.
Like a nap or something.
Oh. Okay, so our next one.
So our next one's Epcot.
Okay, Epcot. Yeah, this is my hardest for me to eat place because John always wants Germany. So this is Epcot's current. But remember, if we're doing 2 meals on and 1 meal off, then I can eat at Germany, And I'll tell you, for years, we would get the buffet at the beer garden in Germany. And I literally could not stop until I was sick. And the last, it's that good, yeah. And the last year that I did that, I actually was so sick that I missed an entire night of bowling. So John, Casey, and Alan, wanted to go bowling at Splitsville. I laid on the bench. I mean, sick. So I don't do that anymore. 2 on, 1 off, 2 on plan, 1 off plan, but stop before you get sick. So what do we have at Epcot? What have you found at Epcot?
So it was not the fish. I mean, I love their fish at Epcot at the British area, but
yeah, not the fish and chips in the British area. It was definitely not
really
that.
good. But
yeah, the Coral Reef restaurant I think had some good things. And of course, they all have Starbucks, and you can get some things at Starbucks that are actually pointed. Oh, we're not going to do Disney Springs. We're not going to have time to do an entire thing at Disney Springs. But while Debbie's looking for that one, don't forget, at Disney Springs, there is a Blaze Pizza, and Blaze is on the WW app. You can get all of the points on there. And then we'll circle back around to that because there was somewhere else at Disney Springs that had some really good looking stuff on their menu.
But when was for the Epcot, when was the Mexican area? Mm-hmm. You can get a taco salad and get chicken on it instead of the beef.
Yes.
And the this is not the areas I found before. Oh, the Garden Grill.
Oh,
now that's a little. That's $2 or $3.
That's right. That's right. Okay.
But it had a harvest inspired garden salad. Mm-hmm. You can also get turkey breast with turkey gravy, but just ask them either to hold the turkey gravy or if you do want it, just put it on the side. Ask them to put it on the side.
Yeah, and turkey gravy is not that bad. I mean, a tablespoon's like 1 point.
Yeah. And then, of course, at this restaurant, they do have the seasonal vegetables, which are grown there at the land.
That's true. So the restaurant that Debbie's talking about, that's in the land. So it's at Epcot and it's in the land, and it's a rotating restaurant. It's not going fast. It's just barely rotating, and it is a character breakfast.
Chip and Dale are there.
Chip and Dale are there, and they do have the land is a ride. Where you ride through and you see all different, kinds of things about growing things on the land. And they have an area. Oh, and one of the boats is here. They have an area, a long area that you can go through where you can see the things that they're growing with hydroponics and things like that. And Debbie's exactly right. They do have those seasonally. So whatever their seasonal vegetables are in their growing area, they have those available.
And also, when you take that tour, you can see, like if you're there for the Flower and Garden Festival or the other festival, I can't remember, Food and Wine. You'll see the little
steaks, so the little steaks next to the
where what pavilion you can eat that food that they're growing at, which is really nice.
Yeah, that is. Yeah. and those people are lost. Sorry. Okay, so those are really good ones at Epcot. And then there is a new Japanese restaurant in Epcot, which I will not be going to because it's $150 a person. But normally Japanese fare is lower. It's going to be lower in points. And you notice we're not trying to guess at the points at any of these places. You're at Disney. But just try to choose wisely. Don't blow don't blow your food bank, your food budget, while you're here. And are you ready to go to the next one?
We're going to Magic Kingdom.
We are going to Magic Kingdom next. Okay. So next we are going to Magic Kingdom.
No, wait. No, this is sorry.
Yeah, that's Magic Kingdom. Yeah, Magic Kingdom. So you would think we'd never been there before. We both had to double check it before we started talking. So this is the current one for Magic Kingdom, the current guide map. Magic Kingdom is going to let you snack around the world, because this, I would venture to guess, is where all the kids go. I mean, every kid is going to end up, at Magic Kingdom. And they have lots of different places to eat. They do have, try to avoid Casey's Corner, I'm going to say, because
that's the corn dogs.
Yeah, it is good. Corn dogs. It's foot-long hot dogs. They have seasonal hot dogs. I'm not trying to promote it. I'm just saying, you might kind of want to skip that. They do have a Starbucks when you're going down Main Street, USA. And again, Starbucks, I think they have the full menu there. So they have their sous vide eggs. They've got their breakfast sandwiches, which I think most of the ones from there that I get, look them up first, but they're like 7-8 points maybe. And then you can get all of your coffee drinks. You can get them skinny. I will say they do take the app. So I'm not trying to promote Starbucks here, but they do take the app at that location. So if you want to get your points on the app and pay with your app, they do. And they have really cute on-location mugs now. This has nothing to do with WW, but they do have on-location mugs at each one of the parks. And they're really cute.
I have them.
Like those. Yeah. And they have little ornaments, that match them. So
from Christmas, I collected all 4 of the tall ones.
Yeah, those are really good too. And if you go up to a quick serve at Magic Kingdom, Debbie, what can you get for free?
At a quick serve? Water.
You can get ice water at any. We haven't said that in 10 minutes. So if you go to any quick serve, you can get ice water.
No reason to be dehydrated.
No reason to be dehydrated, and no reason to be getting fountain drinks, because you can get a free ice water at any quick serve. And friends of ours have proven that you can get 20. I wouldn't do this, but you can get 20 free.
Oh yeah, we did one
waters.
time. The first time she went to Disney with the group I go with, we got a tray, because there was 20 of us, and we got a tray of ice water.
Yes, and they gladly gave it. So what are you looking at for Magic Kingdom?
Okay, so if you wanted a real treat at Magic Kingdom, we didn't talk about this before, because I just stumbled upon it. If you could get reservations at Be Our Guest.
Oh, yeah.
It's a beautiful place to eat. Of course, it's Beauty and the Beast, and I love it. But there are so many good options there. So you got braised chicken. You can get the braised chicken with no sauce. And it's braised chicken with bacon, mushrooms, roasted asparagus, blistered heirloom tomatoes, braised leeks, and you can get it with or without the mashed potatoes.
Wow.
And then you can also have a spring shrimp salad, which is sliced golden beets, roasted peppers, chilled green beans, pickled shallots, carrots, herb vinaigrette served with citrus poached shrimp.
Wow.
So that would be really good points.
That's sounding really good.
And they have a chicken too. Pretty much the same thing with thyme-scented chicken. And but it's a little more pricier than your quick serve. But if it was hot and you wanted a place to sit down to cool off, that would be a great option if you could get in. And sometimes if you go to like Be Our Guest, not at the prime lunchtime. So say you pick like 2:00, they can accommodate you sometimes.
And you can use your My Disney Experience app to make your reservations. So you can also call, I think it's 877-WDW, or is it think it's 877 WDW Disney. I don't know. John has it memorized, but you can use your My Disney Experience app to make your reservation. So you can look up all these menus that Debbie's looking at. You can, get an idea. Again, prep. So first thing was prep, second thing was pack, third thing is dining at Disney. So, but you can look all of these up before you go. Now, no, Disney does not have them pointed. When you get there, you can get nutrition, for their dining. Oh, we're back. And I mean, so they've got,
Especially if
vegetarians,
you have
vegans,
allergic issues.
yeah, allergies, gluten, if you've got any of that, so don't be embarrassed to ask them to talk about your special, requests, for your food. That's no different than, than people that are trying to be, gluten free.
I know people who have gluten intolerances that they've said something to their waiter or waitress, and the cook has actually come out and talked to them personally to find out what their limitations are.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Did you find anywhere else at Magic Kingdom?
Mm-hmm. So we have the Columbia House restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Columbia House restaurant. I thought that was a good one.
Yeah. So we have grilled shrimp skewers, and this is the one that has the rice with green beans and carrots. They also have grilled salmon with green beans and carrots. They have harbor salad with chicken drizzled with Zinfandel vinaigrette dressing.
That sounded really good, yeah.
And the harbor salad with shrimp drizzled with the same dressing. Mm-hmm. And all that's grilled.
So that's all grilled.
Not fried seafood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you can eat somewhere that your family's going to want to eat. I mean, they have lots of other things, for the rest of your family, so you don't have to worry about, them not wanting to go somewhere that you want to go. And let's see, we've got about 13 minutes left, so we can talk a little bit about Animal Kingdom, and then we can look up a couple at Disney Springs. So Animal Kingdom probably has the best, I don't know, wouldn't you say? They probably have the best, and I don't know if it's because it is Animal Kingdom. I don't know. I have no idea why, but they've got the biggest fresh, fruit market, and it has lots of other things there. And it is, let me find it here again. It's the Harambe Fruit Market, and that is right outside of Africa. So it's right before you get to. Okay, so Susie, I'm sorry. Corn. So Susie's confused. Okay, so Susie, what we were talking about is the My Disney Experience app. So you do not have to be already coming to Disney to put that app on your phone. It's just called, and I would show it to you on my phone, but we are looking at comments on my phone. But it's just called My Disney Experience, and you can get it in the App Store, for either Apple or Android. And it shows you can look up the parks, you can get the wait times for the parks, you can make reservations, you can make your reservation, like we made our reservations for here at the campground through the app. But what Debbie's looking up is within that.
So you can see the menus and the prices, so that way you can figure out what's something in your budget.
Yeah, so in your WW budget or in your money budget,
right,
you can figure out if it's within both of those. And so we were just looking at, there is the Harambe fruit market, and that is just outside of Africa. So before you go on the safari ride, there's an awesome stage right there for dancers, for dancers that are from Africa. I recommend slowing down long enough to watch that. That is like catty cornered from, it's outside of the Lion King, where you go in to see the Lion King. It is also catty cornered from where I go to get my one Dole Whip every time that we're here. And let me see if I can find the name of that place real quick. It's pretty obvious. I mean, it's right across from it, and it has the Dole Whip sign. It is the Tamu, however you pronounce it, refreshments. And they do have Dole Whips. That is the one thing that I know how many points it is. If you get one Dole Whip and if you split it with somebody, it is 5 points for the half of it. And I'm going to tell you, it's totally worth it. If it was freezing cold outside, I'd say it's maybe worth it. This week, it is going to be totally totally worth it.
I had a Dole Whip from there a couple of weeks ago, 4th of July, when I was here.
Yeah.
And had coconut rum in it. Oh my gosh. It was good.
Oh my gosh.
It was so good.
Yeah. Well, and now there's a new strawberry. Is it strawberry?
Yes.
Dole Whip at Magic Kingdom. but it has an ingredient in it that I can't have. But we'll have to check and see, about how many points that is. Some things you can look up, before you come, like Mickey bars, I think are. Oh, I think somebody had those posted somewhere, and they're like, I'm gonna say 9 or 10 points for it's a good size ice cream. I mean, it's like this big and it's dipped in chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got like chocolate, dipped bananas and things. And just because bananas are zero, doesn't mean that chocolate dipped bananas are zero. But I don't know. There's just a lot. There's a lot, and it has one of the newest areas because remember Galaxy's Edge is not open yet, and so down around where the avatar area is, it's really really easy to get distracted with all the lights and all of the scenery. And I mean, there's just a lot going on down there, and there is a restaurant down there. Actually, there's a restaurant and a quick serve, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a restaurant and a quick serve down there, and it would be really easy unless you were paying attention when you got put back in the 3 hour line because it swings around there.
Pongu is a
Okay.
little quick service place.
Okay, so the quick service place that you could miss if you're not looking for it is called Pongu.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also a restaurant. And Debbie's going to look up a couple of things for us in those.
So, Satuli.
Satuli.
Canteen.
Remember,
I just call it canteen.
Yeah.
So,
because neither one of us speaks, well, that'd be Avatarian, whatever that language is. But
so, when I go there, my favorite meal to get there is the chopped wood grilled chicken bowl, and you can get it with the romaine and kale salad.
That sounds really good.
With the chimichurri sauce, and it is just awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I can't tell you how many points it is because I've never figured it out. I just kind of guesstimate.
Has to be less than, has to be less than.
But it's a bowl. I mean, it's a lot of grilled chicken,
mm-hmm.
and I've had the shrimp too. They have shrimp and grilled shrimp. But I like the chicken. I mean, I love shrimp. Don't get me wrong, but
so the options are what are the options for what you get with that?
So you can get the base is noodles,
mm-hmm.
or the salad, or you can get rice and beans.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've had the rice and beans before, and it was the rice and beans were a little dry to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I always get the salad.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also get a combination of beef and chicken. You can get the chili garlic shrimp or the grilled beef or just the chicken or tofu.
Yay! It is fried tofu though. So fried tofu is not 0 points. Just want to make sure everybody understands that. I'm still really proud of you if you eat it, but it is not 0 points once it's fried.
Now, they do have cheeseburger steam pods, which are little cheeseburgers about like this that are in like wrapped dough. Mm-hmm. And I've had those too. They're good, but they're not worth the points. But that's pretty much.
Yeah, so I think that one would be a really good option. And then what does that quick serve have?
Oh. Pangu.
Mm-hmm.
Pangu. Where is it?
Oh, no, Yak and Yetis. That was the other one we want to talk about real quick. So Yak and Yetis, we have been to the quick serve Yak and Yetis, and usually what John and I do when we go there is we get I think it's honey lemon chicken or something like that, and it does come with rice, but it's a small portion. It's not, it used to come in a little container like this, and now it's like in a little tray. So we get that and split it, and of course, since I always have apples or bananas or clementines or something in my bag, then we'll have that to go. We'll have that to go with it. But the actual Yak and Yetis, though, which is the restaurant, it had a couple of good things when we looked it up a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's so you got the. Trying to look and see what I ate there when I was there.
They do have a tuna poke bowl if you if you can figure the points from another poke restaurant from that. And they've got some vegetable lo mein. If you've got if you're for anybody that's vegetarian.
So they do have the
Roasted
The honey,
cauliflower.
yeah, they have roasted cauliflower, Korean roasted cauliflower. So it's kind of like a barbecue. Um, they have Korean beef. Um, they also have a fresh catch, which is grilled, broiled, or pan seared.
So you could get grilled there. That would be a good one.
Yep. And teriyaki chicken. And they also have salmon, seared miso salmon. I think that's what I had when I was there.
And then I think all four of the parks still have these. They all still have the giant turkey leg, which is not going to be 0 points because it's not turkey breast, but it's going to be, it's going to be lower in points. But so I think you can find something anywhere.
Right.
And if we had time to even start on all of the resort hotels, holy cow, you can go to all of the resort hotels. The same app that Debbie's checking, so the My Disney Experience app. You can filter. You can filter by the parks, or you can filter by Disney Springs, or you can filter by any of the resort hotels. Just because you're staying at one resort does not mean that you have to hang out at that resort. We have gone resort hopping before. I think, didn't you all do that for Christmas one year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how many different resorts did you all make it to in one day?
In one evening, probably
One evening.
3.
Yeah, 3 resorts in just one evening. So, you're getting on and off the bus. So you're getting some fit points, while you're doing that. And then you can go ahead and look ahead on the My Disney Experience app and see which restaurant, is going to have the best options. Most of the sit-down restaurants, all of the sit-down restaurants, I think, have at least one healthier option, and the healthier option may or may not include meat. So just be aware of that. And it's always best to check before you go. But all of the sit downs, every single one of the sit down restaurants, you can ask for custom. You can ask to speak to the cook if you need to. You can, a lot of them, you can talk to the chef. They're used to having people with special dietary requirements, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
so
don't worry about it at all.
Yeah. So I think your Disney trip can be an awesome WW experience. You don't have to make the rest of your family miserable. Trust me, John was not miserable the last 3 days eating that man's turkey tenderloin out of our new, I'll have to show you when we get back, our new red refrigerator. We got a red refrigerator for the inside of the camper. Anyway, it's super cool. But yeah, he's not been suffering at all. And Alyssa has loved all the stuff that I have packed for her.
I'm sure that there is an app for California Disney. I know in the App Store it says Walt Disney World. So there may be one for Disneyland.
Yeah, so
I'm sure there is because it's very popular.
I'm glad you noticed that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not just good for food. Yeah, it's good for lots of other things. So thank you all for being here with our, for our Disney and, sitting through the sweat. Mm-hmm. Of course, now we've been in the freezing cold and the super hot. I think I'm going to pick super hot. What are you going to pick?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Super hot. Yeah, because I know that we can get, we're just miserable, but we're not being tortured. The year that we were here in the freezing cold,
at Christmas,
that was
2 Christmases ago.
Yeah, I guess it was. That was absolute torture.
It was the first time I was with you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, and Debbie brought me a present, so we'll have to look at that next time, or we'll look at that not this coming Sunday because we will be driving back maybe the next Sunday. So she brought me some G. Hughes fun. But I hope we'll come back and watch this later. This is part 3 of the Disney, of our Disney dining plan, Disney planning and dining. So part 1, we were prepping. So really all of what we were doing could go into the prepping, portion. Debbie and I are prepping as we speak. We're sitting here, thinking about some things. I had not even ever considered eating down at Avatar. Guess where we'll be going when we go to Animal Kingdom. So this is an awesome, part of the prep. Looking at the My Disney Experience app, even though you can't get the exact points, you can make some pretty good, educated, guesses from that. Yeah, I think that would be really good. So I don't want any surprises.
And if something that you want to use, but you don't want to use all the points, just ask them to put it on the side, like the dressing, and you can just do the fork dip, and that way you get the flavor without the saturation of your food.
Yeah. And while Debbie was looking some of these up, I'm telling you, the kids' menu looked good. It looked really, really good.
Mhm.
So part 1 was prepping, part 2 was packing, and this is dining. I should have made it a P. I don't know what the P could be, but anyway, so this was part 3. So I will get Casey to put all 3 of these together at some point when we get back home. But I hope this has made your next, or maybe it's your first Disney experience. I hope this has made it a times a year. Okay, so we are getting ready to get kicked off of our connection. I have a feeling. I think our luck is about to run out. But I so enjoyed having you all here, and I enjoyed having Debbie here as always. Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. It's so good to see her. And it's so funny because Alyssa was like, "Hi," like, "Oh, I don't remember you because I was just little when I saw you last, but okay, you're my new friend." And especially now that Debbie's taking her on the swing, so they'll be BFFs forever. Yeah. But Casey, in case you're still watching this, the skin knees, that was all Debbie. Yeah. Not me. And I'm looking at the phone, but I'm supposed to be looking up here. Anyway, Casey, it was all Debbie. I had nothing to do with the skin knees. Forget about the fact that it has 2 days worth of skin upness on it, before her. But anyway. Okay, so y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you all